it's 40 years later, and here we are, not remembering much, but what little we can remember.
I think the first I heard about this Woodstock Music and Arts Festival was on BCN.
I have my tickets right here, as a matter of fact, yeah.
We got tickets. I forget where we bought them. I do remember, though, they were $18 for the 3 days.
We went into Harvard Square and we bought our tickets that I have right here still, because of course they didn't take tickets, so I still have my ticket. We were stuck in the traffic with everybody else, long line of traffic.
I almost didn't go. Some friends had bought the tickets ahead of time for the whole 3 days, camping, everything, and at the last minute I wasn't sure if I really wanted to go.
I kind of thought there had to be a lot of people there, but I sort of envisioned it as being this sort of open field, like with bleachers set up, and people would sit there and watch the music, and, you know, I did not expect it to be what it was.
Man, it's supposed to be 1.5 million people here by tonight. Can you dig that? New York State Thruway is closed.
When we were starting out and we're going down that road, we're going 2 feet and stopping, and then maybe 5 feet and stopping, and 10 feet and stopping, and then you guys jumped out of the truck. That's right. Yeah.
We got a knock on the window from some gentleman, and he came over and he said to us, for $5, I'll show you the back way into the festival. And we turned off the road with all the traffic. I think we might have had another couple cars behind us. And it turned out that that gentleman was one of the farmers on Max Yazga's farm. We took a ride through the hills and through the mountains, and we pulled up and parked right in front of the lake, which was a couple hundred yards away from the stage.
We were in traffic. Now we're with 50 people, U-Haul truck, 3 cars, trailer, motorcycle, and there's a line of traffic stopped for miles, and we say, we got to find a shortcut to get there. We'll be here forever. Talk to this farmer, he says, yeah, here's what you got to do. Take this dirt road, and sure enough, us and everyone else that started following us end up getting in, and
that was a late Thursday afternoon.
Coming in from London from over the pole.
We got to the festival, we parked the car right next to the lake. Beautiful, easy parking. We get out of the car, and a man comes up to us who was completely naked, except he's have his big black Garrison belt on. This guy said, man, you got any wood? You got any wood? And we're looking at each other like, what the heck's going on here? This is the first thing we see when we get out of the car, was this man naked asking me for wood. And we said, no, we don't have any wood. And he walked away to look for wood from somebody else. I guess he wanted to light a fire or something.
Don't touch my bags if you please, Mr. Customs Man.
When we left Randolph to go to New York on that Friday morning, we got on the Mass Pike, and about 20 minutes into the ride I realized I had forgotten my ticket. We had to turn around and go back and get it. Walked through this kind of dirt roadway, and there were thousands of people, and then we came in to the festival site, and I'm holding my ticket that we spent, lost an hour and a half of going back to get, and they're yelling, it's a free show, it's a free show.
The regular guys, Mickey Hopkins.
And the first performer was Richie Havens, who was a New York City-based folk performer. And he did probably half a dozen songs, but the last one he did was a song called Freedom, and it was just him and an acoustic guitar. But he was a great performer, and at one point he just kind of had the audience, I guess just through the energy of his voice and the music, everybody stood up and started applauding.
Freedom, 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 freedom.
Many years after that, on a cold February Saturday night, my wife and I were at home. At that time we had 2 young daughters, And it was pledge time on Channel 2. So to get the yuppie money, they were showing Woodstock. And at one point, towards the beginning of the movie, while Richie Havens is singing Freedom, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I remember that, I remember that. I'm looking at the screen, and my wife looks at the screen, and we both walked over to the TV at the same time and pointed, and I said, that's Jeff Kalish. And she said, my God, that's you!
Interesting. It was my first experience there with a lot of naked people, a lot of naked young women. I was 17, naive from Brockton. I didn't really know too much about the drugs that were around at that time, but I learned a lot when I was there.
He's a drugstore truck driving man, and he's the head of the Ku Klux Klan. When summer comes rolling around, we'll be lucky to get out of town.
Joan Baez, Arlo Guthrie were on, and then it poured. It rained a lot on Friday night. Kind of fell asleep in the mud. When we woke up Saturday morning, it was kind of yucky. We shook out our sleeping bags, managed to change our clothes, and then we moved away from where we were, and I think we moved more towards the center, and I forget if we moved down or we moved back, but we ended up settling in with a nice group of people. And I remember the first big act of Saturday afternoon was Country Joe and the Fish. Actually, it was just Country Joe McDonald. He didn't play with the Fish until I think on Sunday. And he basically did an acoustic set, but he had this song called I Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die Rag that he always introduced with the Fish cheer, which would be like a high school cheerleader, give me an F, and everybody would yell F, but instead of F-I-S-H, give me an F!
I said march on along, thinking as time goes by, sing a glad song, sing of the times when I make all the people feel so good, treat all my brothers.
Definitely changed the music world. We went from Dick Clark to an explosion. It just, you know, you went from Elvis to Jimi Hendrix.
With all the things I learned at Woodstock at the beginning, when I went there with these herbal agents and these other things that I learned about, I became a pharmacist, so I could dispense legally the same type of things that were at Woodstock.